protect us.
Propagate! Scatter!
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance.
Okay.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday.
Fine.
They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Well, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already...
You stay right there!
Boy, what do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here? You coward. Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second. It's a earthquake!
Grandpa! Paimon.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord... The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got...
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of King Deshret's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. New discoveries are always worth investigating, whether they have anything to do.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his...
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the...
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman,
Huh?
do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from King...
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then...
Propagate! Spring forth!
Let the show begin.
Propagate!
Let's dance.
Scatter! Propagate! Germinate!
हाँ स्ट्रीम पे ही है
Let the show begin.
मन नहीं कर रहा आप ही कुछ लगता है आपको।
Scatter! Propagate!
मन ठीक नहीं है।
Yeah! Scatter! Propagate!
I'll protect us.
Scatter!
बोलिए बड़े लोग। आप जैसे बड़े लोगों का अटेंशन मिलना बहुत बड़ी बात है। मन ठीक नहीं है ना।
the show begin.
Burn!
हाँ पता है जेनेट का बर्थडे है।
Propagate!
आपका फेवरेट है, आपको तो पार्टी देना चाहिए।
I'll protect us. Let the show begin.
इधर क्या करना है ये बताओ। अरे किसे मारते रहे, कोई आएगा दिखेगा तब तो मारेंगे।
Scatter!
अरे इसमें क्या करना है, कुछ बताओगे आप लोग कि हम छोड़ दें?
It's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasa. His wisdom is a miracle among the people. Does...
You can read ancient King Deshret script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this...
Isn't sharing knowledge against...
Yes. However, under the circumstances, you'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Ruka Devata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No!
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers.
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt King Deshret's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refuse to believe any of the rumors. King Deshret's death,
हमें पता ही नहीं
the
है
all but
तो
total
ट्राई क्या करेंगे
annihilation of our civilization. It was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor. He stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this from how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I...
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you, too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sick.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough. But he seems to have figured things out.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed...
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice... Final, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Rahman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone...
I guess all I can say now is...
don't mention it. But we share a common
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you.
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no!
Whoa. The moment they said
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could...
No, not Sino. He's gonna
I could do.
Please have mercy.
Start talking.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy.
they, wanted...
Don't play dumb. They extract divine canned knowledge.
I really don't...
Well, you better start talking or you...
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of... It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis, and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet.
अरे
After
बताए
that,
तो मन
they
ठीक नहीं
harvested
बोलने का मन
dreams
नहीं कर रहा
via the
ज्यादा
Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen,
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is a...
Call it an educated guess?
हाँ
The
मैं नहीं
Academia
ट्राई
has been
करना
trying to figure out the exact source of the scholars.
रहने दो
Nobody
आप
could
लोग
explain
फायदा
the cause
उठाओ
of this phenomenon. Sure, if it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the god of wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about... It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in... This is but a form of phototaxis.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have...
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's Gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Rahman, Give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure. As you wish.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes.
Yeah? Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing?
Or I can...
Oh! Private...
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work.
So you were still...
Even though we lived through all of this first...
What a whirlwind of a story.
It seems like there'll be more issues.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that...
It's time to make a...
Indeed. These events...
So, everyone,
Crush the sages and rescue our god.
Well, let's brain...
The next time we gather here, we must have...
Yep! It'll... Candace, we're here! Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's...
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting,
What do you need?
promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Everyone's here so early! But what?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been?
Are you ready?
Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit,
The point of discussion is to arrive.
You mean...
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Come on, don't give me that face. I know.
That's what I wanted to. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy.
Paimon's...
To be honest, I feel that your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed...
I'm very glad I've said the same thing to everyone here today. Only when you're safe can the plan be. You're welcome. Good luck.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also, Candace told everyone to be...
Yes, she did. But I think my point, our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our We all have our jobs to do after all. It's like how some people...
Speaking of the front lines...
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, But the advantage of not being a mercenary... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind.
Well, being a scholar...
I'm not like the rest of them.
This guy...
All intellectual... Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane. I think Those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge, but the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of come to think of it, perhaps the withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms.
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's at least, that's what Taina... Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots.
But if that's the case, what should we do?
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidic?
In that case, to make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the
Where are we going?
to an Eremite base.
अभी नहीं.
Ah, they're here.
What are they doing here?
I gave them some technical...
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction?
Look here.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into his head again?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious!
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction?
Yes,
Paimon is still really...
I understand. But trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, everything went without a hitch, and everyone Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, imagine if you've been using it after all that time. A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify...
But why would...
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very...
Things you're interested in are really out there.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small project?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few...
I thought we agreed on a plan.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for
But it's still the best plan we have.
I did. And that's how I saw the...
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you the...
Look, you already know that we're all on the same...
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not head...
Seems you really do.
Traveler, Paimon. This is also something you should know. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards, in my capacity...
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot, my plan will clear us of any possible...
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you.
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me. There is no... He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of... I never blindly trust anyone. And I've always had a good eye...
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting... To make the whole thing more convincing, I'm okay with the deaths of...
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say...
I've always treated my ally...
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you would say it.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of...
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave...
Well, now that you've put... But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation.
Okay, you have a deep...
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation.
Ah, of course, of course. But who exactly are you?
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ein...
As many as Ain al-Ahmar. This should definitely...
And I suggest that you report this...
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamad? Even if that guard doesn't know, there's...
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covered.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan, no matter how you look at it.
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function...
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain... Actually, considering the power of...
I've given that a lot of thought. If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to... But things like that never happen.
That's true. But
look at it from a different angle.
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but haven't you ever thought about it?
Because the Akasha controls the entire...
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for foul, emotions are part of our behavioral logic. Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of a decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, our thoughts and logic, the Akasha lacks data. So,
Makes sense to me.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped, but...
Paimon's so good.
Next time, pay attention.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me.
Beep! Construct! Beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation.
There's no need for flattery. Take your most elite platoon and follow...
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rama. Any questions about the time?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute... Get ready.
Time for the operation! Let's go meet Sino in the desert!
Wait a moment. You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. They are our only leads for the case. If they die...
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not...
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia?
I'm not here to talk.
Oh, nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood.
I'll protect us.
Propagate! Scatter! Propagate! Scatter! Propagate! Spring forth!
Let the show begin.
Scatter! Propagate! Verdictors! Scatter!
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the...
You pitiful Dendro Archon dogs!
I'm afraid you'll regret it.
King Deshret will curse you, and...
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot.
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please.
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes. Things...
That's fantastic! And that punch you gave Raman there?
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee...
Yeah, you're the reason...
Go join up with her.
Speaking of which, it's...
I have a very close relation. If we need help, get ready for the next phase of...
Propagate! Scatter!
Let's dance.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling. In the time it took you to get here,
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you with...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All joking aside, I'm glad... Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask the Forest Watcher Tyne. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be... So, we'll find Tynar. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. You should be honored.
But I'm on that...
That's certainly true. But... how much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone... Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried. Looking good. I hope this... There are many kinds of smile. Let's go.
He's over there! Let's go say hi! Kainari!
Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's an...
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important.
All right. This place is better. We won't be disturbed. Okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me? The doctor.
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he...
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Paradis Di just a little while.
He left already?
Yeah. He came looking for...
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met. But for now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the Academia. Okay. I'll answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to...
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried that we might have made it all up?
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me as the type that would conspire to deceive me. You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get... The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the Scholar...
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. Let me ask, have you been
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you've recruited many informants.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me. To the point of even questioning my general...
Well, you're the only one who...
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I will personally
Hypatia was born in Sumeru, and transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I don't know much about the doc. It's not so much that I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a...
I see. Of course, your opinion makes... You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just... Luckily, there is still... It's just as the Academia... And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Paimon can't help...
He asked a question. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion.
I can barely believe it myself. But if
I don't think I missed any details.
Sorry, we can't tell you everything. We appreciate...
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest. Recently, my master wrote
Hasn't he already asked you so?
Yes, but there's something off about... My master will occasionally... This has been a habit of his for many...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharva...
I'd like to ask you to do that.
I can do that. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is. If the higher-ups really are hiding... If the situation becomes critical...
All right, we've got a plan.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant.
I must say.
Being loyal to the Academia. On that note...
The Academia? I suppose he's lucky to have...
I see. So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very...
This may well be how Sino became involved in all of this. In which... Also, if you run into Sino again, I think this may be some...
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbin... Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left?
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I wanted said that he'll take care of everything, just to be safe.
But we have no idea where he went.
We'll do it the mercenary way. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly, they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought. We can stop here. I think I know where the to the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're...
Port Ormos? They're going to...
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for ourselves.
Skills seems we...
Shh! Don't draw their attention. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and see what we...
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a SNES-9 Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is
I used to hold a position...
Look! Fatui... Thanks to Dia's tracking skills...
Shh! Don't. The port is crawling.
Let's keep going and...
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a SNES-9 Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland. Back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here.
Uh-oh. He saw us.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person?
Huh? You mean...
And where are all the soldiers we saw on the port just...
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
So this was a trap. Wait.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something.
Oh no!
Let's go!
Paradis DI is not a place you...
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear.
But you've been in Sumeru for some...
Even the Grand Sage himself. I've done my duty to inform you.
It would seem that my words have fallen. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to
With all due respect, your baseless speculation...
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. I may be staying at Paradis DI. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much to Sumeru.
Then it seems our conversation has hit an impasse.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Tighnari! Are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Let's move. Scatter! There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming.
Yeah, Tighnari! Beat him up! I'll protect us.
Stay right there. Let's end this quickly!
Power that ended Python!
Spring forth! Scatter! Let's end this quickly! This was well done!
Let the show be... Oh no!
This was well done! Monsters!
it. You need to hurry up. This was well done.
Let's dance.
Unfortunate fault.
Propagate!
Shouldn't get careless. Let's move.
The doctor's orders are absolute.
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now.
Germinate!
I will end you. Let's end this quickly.
This isn't good. We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please.
Got it. Hypatia's still here. Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
So, you think this is over?
What? The Balladeer's here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw. I didn't need to do anything. It is...
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right?
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your... I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler!
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me? Scholars consider the God of Wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this. What do you mean? Those words almost make you sound like, but you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. All I had recorded down before were some Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, I'm connected to your consciousness. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. It'll be for your own good, as well as it. She peered into all gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory. You're doubting me again? No matter. Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower? How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that the doctor has never known his place? Even now, the puny human, you're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be.
Paimon hears thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's go! Time to... I'll protect us. Oh! Have the Fatui retreated? Hey!
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen...
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone. Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. It's all right. My wound aside, you look like you've seen some...
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Just in case. Let's...
Let the show begin.
Thank goodness, she's...
Hey, how about taking care of yourself first?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal. I'll be all right.
Ugh. The more you understand
I know. They always think they can...
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
So that's what you were talking to the Balladeer about? Oh, Paimon can't...
The academias.
That sounds, ambitious, as long as I can enjoy every day. I must be...
Don't say that.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer.
You said the Balladeer claimed that Hypatia has...
Have you noticed?
So, if the doctor was to show...
Based on what the Travelers said? In other words, we...
Yay! That's a big...
I'm...
Thank you for the help, Tainari.
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Parties. Let's continue to keep a low...
All right, everyone is here.
How did everything go?
Let's report back one by one. We've made the necessary modifications to the Akasha terminal.
I'll go next. The Traveler and I went to Party's DI.
Who was behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer? After some back and forth, So, we've successfully removed the Doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's...
Good.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message. Trust your own senses and experiences.
Everything also went smoothly on my side. To avoid alerting the...
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru's...
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team. As well.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad to hear... Well, is that everything?
Huh? Wait, you mean that's it?
Well, what else is there to discuss?
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement? You know, to fire us up now?
Personally, I'd rather we all go home and get some rest.
I'll hate them, you...
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize and not to lead. So you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you Academia big shots were great speakers.
Then I should remind you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So...
The scribe is responsible for recording meetings.
Fine, whatever. Well, Sino doesn't seem to be much of a talker either.
Employer?
Yep. The Traveler hired me. That's right. So come on, boss. What do you have to say for the team?
Yeah, say something to boost morale. Huh? What are you all doing here? Oh, it's Nilu! Hey, everyone. I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all. I was actually just about to go find you.
Judging from the... But you also look like you're up to no good.
Welcome, Nilu. Would you like to join us?
Huh? Join you? You mean... you all...
Yes. Nilu, are there any...
Huh? Wait. I can't... Oh, right. The Traveler. That's... I must admit, but I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali. If I can...
Remember.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar.
Just remember not to say too much.
Yep, you got it.
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude this?
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say?
Yep. It's a grand plan and we're all
Well said. A good...
Huh?
Oh,
All right, let's all go home. Okay. Yep. Good night, everyone. Today is the Academia's Nia Garbaha Day. We can finally put our plan into action. Oh, Haytham should be waiting for us. Let's go to the Academia and find him.
Hello, you two. Sleep well?
Not really. Paimon got too nervous thinking about today and didn't fall asleep until the sun was almost up. What about you all, Hatham?
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is an important resource.
You just want to show off how calm you are.
It's crucial to dissipate any tension before we execute our plan.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying.
Anyway, do you need me to go over the game plan again? Our target is Grand Sage Azar's office. Many restricted commands and...
You know, Paimon's been thinking.
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the Sanctuary of Surasthana, 500 years ago, the Grand Sage at the time modified the device so that it can no longer be controlled from the inside. They were effectively trapping one god with the power of another.
So,
Don't forget, today is Nagarbaha Day. The sages and core academia personnel are busy loading the latest. All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone, and the academia's grounds are flowing with all. When the Grand Sage leaves his office to supervise the entering process, that's our cue to access the console and free the Dendro Archon. Well, yes, if precedence holds,
everyone should be in position. All that's left is for us to lead the charge.
Let's go.
So are we just gonna
Yes. We're...
Scribe? Please, wait. Are you Scribe Alhaitham?
That's me. Is something the matter? I'm in a hurry.
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were looking for you not long ago. And, also, please don't bring outside guests into the academia.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shames the Haravatat Darshan.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Haravatat, and I earned 3rd place at the last Inter-Darshan debate.
That wasn't my intention. As your Haravatat senior, I just assumed that you possessed a greater aptitude for critical thinking. Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return and the reason they're here should be obvious.
Is that so? The sages search for you, so... From the start, the sages weren't looking...
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in Haravatat. I surmise you've arrived at the correct conclusion.
As I expected. Please, forgive me.
It's nothing. We'll be on our way then.
All right. Thank you for your contributions to the academia, Scribe.
What the heck just happened now?
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
Mm-hmm. He convinced himself. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. Nowadays, the academia is Wow.
So there are special ways to deal with...
We shouldn't waste any more time.
Is this the Academia's library?
Indeed. Known as the House of Dana, it is quite possibly the... The Academia marches to a fast... Just act natural.
What's this platform for?
It's a lift that Academia personnel use to access higher floors.
Are we gonna take it then? The Grand Sage's office is up there somewhere.
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run into the Grand Sage. Let's step back and observe.
You think the Grand Sage will exit from there? And after he does, we'd sneak past him? Oh.
Who knows? However, if we can confirm Azar's current location, our operation...
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you.
You're... What's Grand...
Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after... An eyewitness had informed me of your whereabouts.
Grand Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me. I'm truly flattered.
I'm sure. But compared to you, I am far more interested in these two unexpected... It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory... The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion.
This place is crawling with guards. There's no way out for us.
All right then, Traveler. What did you wish to discuss with me? Today is Niagarbaha Day. You seem to know quite a... If that is so, then you should be praising our great work, rather than using your trivial...
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me? Worthless. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power, creating a god. Yes, we are using human wisdom to create a god. If humanity cannot attain omniscience and omnipotence, then we shall create a god to reveal them. We shall regain a god's guidance at long last. No longer even Ermin's soul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration. You will never understand the rapture of having a god be born within you. Gods exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Lesser Lord Kus care for the people, fend off sandstorms, fabricate silly... We are a people favored by Greater Lord Rukadevata. Though I may have personally not seen it, our forefather... The ascension of the Lesser Lord has brought nothing but bewilderment to the scholars. They all ask, with that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Suristhana, so our academy will not become embroiled in...
What a pathetic justification! Do you really think that only the super smart or powerful should be able to call themselves gods?
As per your judgment, Grand Sage, they are indeed dangerous individuals. Not only are they acting against the Academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars astray.
I'll hate them? Are you talking about us?
Anyway, I've brought them to the Academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation report you had requested. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler, an array of information about him ready for your perusal.
I'll hate them? So you're still on the Academia's side! We finally started to trust you!
Excellent. Detailed contents with no error. As it is Niagarbaha Day, I'll enter the information.
We'll be monitored, just like Sino.
With the Akasha's calculation prowess, all of your actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98%. Furthermore, to put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking on... Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking...
You're despicable!
Despicable? Perhaps your ploy was...
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire time. Why are you doubting me at this...
Must I delineate your entire plan? First off, I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the Traveler at Caravan Rebat. However, you immediately judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahama...
Maybe Paimon shouldn't have mentioned Sino just now.
The Academia had not received correspondence from its scribe for a prolonged time. With their instigation, what was the probability that...
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I've brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that, if I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and sneak into the Academia on Nia Garbaha Day, using Alhaitham's status as the scribe. For there is a good chance that an opportunity to save the Lesser Lord will arise. Should your intentions be discovered, Alhaitham will turn traitor, and as for Sino, according to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront...
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say. No, even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would However, under the current circumstances...
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
So flight is turned to fight at long last. Guards! Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule?
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power. Azar! He has gone completely insane. Take him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Nyagarbha Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon acting just now? Great, huh? Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and Alhaitham's probably done with his part too. We even managed to trick Grand Sage Azar. Alhaitham sure knows how to cook up a plan. What are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up. Right. Paimon...
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation. which is to send the Traveler to the confinement room.
What? Why do we want to get him locked up on purpose?
He's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to their successful implementation of their plan. They are very aware of the risk he poses to them. Once the Traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control. And with their guard down, the next phase of our plan will have a much higher chance of success.
I can already...
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really worth it.
That isn't the only reason, of course. He has a more important task once he's in confinement. According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Suristhana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to do that in advance.
So our job is to wake up Nahida! Okay, totally worth getting thrown in jail for.
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Suristhana. It's a completely enclosed space. I'll work with Ramon's scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to Lesser Lord Kusanali and try to connect to her consciousness. However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that will depend on our luck.
Oh, no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. I thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they'd locked us up in here. Were they being careless? Alright, so what now? Sounds easy enough. We can finally talk with Nick. There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like... the faster it blinks, the better the signal. Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed? Whoa, it's Mora! Ooh, Mora. No, Paimon, we're not here to hunt for treasure. Huh? Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything? Please work.
Nahida! Hey, Nahida!
When did it first start? Oh, right. It started from the moment I was born. I wanted to become a worthy Archon. So I've kept studying, kept listening to my people and their hearts, kept looking for a way to save Ermin's so I can catch up. catch up to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But I'm stuck in the sanctuary of Sursta. The sages are creating a god to replace me. And I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this boundless...
Nahida! Nahida!
It's so quiet here. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever actually listened to my own inner... Do Archons have them? Should Archons have I been doing the right thing? Am I real? How do I really feel? It's so quiet here.
Since you're the god of wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning.
Who are you? You're right, though. I won't...
Nahida! Nahida?
Did you wake me up? Thank you. Why are you here?
We're here to rescue you. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's just... when I think of everything that's happened to me, I feel really...
You should have been angry ages ago.
Huh? Oh, you're back! How's everything? That's wonderful news! Great! We weren't locked up for nothing! When you went to wake up Nahida, Paimon was listening for any sounds outside. You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done with their... Yep! So that means our...
Nilu, are you sure about this?
I'm sure, and I'm...
But if...
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind. Here! Here!
Nilu!
Definitely more than you...
It's okay. Just focus on your...
You sure know how to talk.
Well, thank you both.
Ooh, that sounds...
All right, let's get back to business. Nilu, we'll...
I was planning on telling them something like, the Academia has been conducting a weird experiment.
Oh, you couldn't think of anything better?
I think it sounds great. I'm counting on you guys.
Don't worry, it'll be a piece of cake.
Hey, Nilu. Sorry, it's great to see you, but I'm right now. Do you want some candy?
Vihar, thank you so... I'll pass on the candy, though. I could back up.
You have a point. This...
Yeah, thanks to you.
You're welcome. The honor's all mine, since I'll have such a great view of the show.
I've never seen a performance like this. This is incredible.
Yeah, but I heard that public performances like these have been banned. I can't believe she's doing this here.
Grand Sage, there's some commotion outside.
Huh. How uninteresting. Issue the new Prohibition Act from the Akasha to the guards. They'll know what to do. Do you think we should, like, stop her?
Let's just watch for a little bit longer.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a lot of guards just ran by. Does this mean the plan has moved on to the next date? Yep. It's great that come to think of it. When did Al-Haytham replace the knowledge capsule? Oh, so that's when he did it! Paimon was too nervous to... Speaking of... it's a time-tested... Why are we complimenting him? Yep. Let's review. Paimon remembers that Nilu's task was supposed to go a bit like this.
Now that Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness has been forcefully sealed, the core figures of the Academia and their guards have started to wear their Akasha terminals again. With the Doctor's technological support, they think they have nothing to fear.
How despicable of them to rely.
But this is also art. I was originally asked to draft the knowledge capsule for the artistic it should be on the Grand Sage's desk right now, and will be entered into the Akasha during the next Nyargarbaha Day.
Are they really going to stop all?
I'll make an identical knowledge capsule, but this time, I'll smuggle some misleading information into it. We only need to find an opportunity to switch the capsules. Once it's been entered into the Akasha on Nyargarbaha Day, the sages would definitely use that opportunity to announce the ban. And so, the misleading information will be disseminated amongst the guards.
Sure sounds complicated. That's pretty clever. I just have one question.
People who are used to relying on the Akasha become less inquisitive, and their ability to distinguish truth from misinformation.
The Akasha will turn humans into machines.
Yikes. Good thing I didn't wear it for long when I was working in Sumeru City. At first, I thought it was a good thing too. By the way, this plan still
Do you have someone in mind?
Nilu of Zubair Theater. I know her really well. We can trust her. I'm kinda hesitant to ask.
All right. After the guards and the Academia are gone,
Then it'll be time for me and my stowaway brothers to shine. Here they come. Did you see?
After laying low and
We couldn't do.
with a lioness like you,
We still need to.
all they've done is to sit on their cushy salaries and twiddle their thumbs all day while we fought.
Speaking of which, most following those black.
Indeed.
All right, let's each take.
You gave such an important...
It'll be fine. Isak, besides, even if.
You've got a point.
Good luck.
Hey, do you remember what?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Relax. You only need to think about getting.
Okay, got it.
Hey, they're here. I can see the Academia guards.
All right, it's time, Isak. Take a deep breath and go. You can do this.
Why is there a guard over there? Did he already run ahead of me? This is different from our plan. But there's no time. I need to make a choice.
Let's have a look behind the house.
What should I do next?
Huh. Looks like nothing's here. A wasted time.
Luckily, he didn't check behind the tree. The guard looks alert. What should I do next?
Hey, stop! I saw you. Don't try to run.
The guard looks alert.
Doesn't seem like anything unusual's around here.
Looks like the guard finally left.
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali is over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali? How did I not notice that?
They found me. This is bad. Where should I go?
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali is over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali? How did I not notice that?
They found me. This... Oh, how is this possible? You're so...
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali is over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali? How did I not notice that?
They found me. This...
The target suspected to be Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped into the Grand Bazaar. Where did she go? How did she disappear? Did we lose her? Hurry up and...
Hey, why is your team here? Didn't we say to split up our search?
Hurry! Hurry! This place is... Why are you all here?
Yeah, isn't it one heck of a coincidence? Everybody's here. What on earth is going... I suppose that's all of you?
Who are you? Did you set us up? What are you?
Phew, that was rough. I almost got caught.
Little brat? So you're not actually Lesser Lord Kusanali? Who exactly are...
Just some colleagues. Think of this as a business competition. Or after stepping into our traps, stop thinking of yourselves as hunters. Behave like the prey you...
An ambush? How's that possible? This is Sumeru City, but...
You've spent all your time hiding away in the academia. This place has long since become our hunting ground. Brace...
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Niagarb. Where are the guards?
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
My apologies. Right now, all academia guards have entered the city to perform the ordered arrest. I thought you knew.
Arrest? Who is there? I have an ominous feeling.
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Is that not what the order was?
Lesser Lord Kusanali? You mean she has disappeared?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up something like that. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that Lesser Lord Kusan...
What happened? Just what is going... Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? Was it Alhaitham and his party that freed her? That's impossible. The Academia is heavily guarded today, and any order to release Lesser Lord Kusanali would be strictly confidential. Besides, what manner of trickery did they employ? How could Lesser Lord Kusanali disappear into thin air? Disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so I thought it was you.
Let me check. Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Suristhana. The Akasha indeed contains this information, and it clearly appeared in my mind. How did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the traveler that I'll... No. I specifically checked that knowledge capsule before entering it into the Akasha. Well, even if I figure it out now, it won't make... Have you been to the sanctuary of Suristhana to confirm that Lesser Lord Kusanali has indeed escaped?
Confirm? No. It may be a bit offensive to say this, but... Grand Sage, how can the information in the Akasha be inaccurate? What the Akasha decrees is fact. That if we have to confirm the information and knowledge from the Akasha then how is that any different from us learning that information ourselves? Wouldn't Greater Lord Rook...
In the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
No, Grand Sage. I'm merely confused Yes, Grand Sage.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Suristhana. Go to the... How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally confirm... Ah! Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something wrong. Oh. Huh? She really appeared again? What is the meaning of this?
What a comical sight, Azar.
Oh,
Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind. The one you... And precisely because of this, you disregarded Lesser Lord Kusanali's existence. She has been a wise and worthy Archon.
Sino. Have you been wait? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront me. But I didn't
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance.
I truly did not expect a proud...
People change, Azar.
Then tell me...
You want to buy time. This is the sanctuary of Suristan. As for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon.
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you?
No. You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
Paimon hasn't heard any sounds out. Yeah, but thinking about it, at least when Paimon thinks of Nahida being in prison.
Here comes your savior.
Yeah! Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
You two really owe me some big...
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
No, that's, I'll...
What are you afraid of?
Now isn't the time to talk about... Things in the city and on Sino's side are both going well. The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses. But as long as it doesn't break the...
That's probably because you've been super...
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Sino forced him to... So, hurry to the sanctuary of Suristan. We should have already rescued our Archon. Honestly, I didn't... Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.